I think the funniest selfie. I'm tired. Oh my god.
There's a unfair man. This isn't the scene.
Oh yeah, Lauren's up the first one. Great. Oh, it's okay.
Hello everyone. Thank you for waiting and coming out. We've got a really great panel tonight on Nick Carter's passion project, Dead 7. So I'm going to bring our panelists and then we'll go through in just a sec. First, I'd like to welcome Micha Rutare and David Michael Latt from The Asylum, the production company.
May be under 18 years of age, so don't swear. Darn it! That's all I wanted to do today, is swear. Wow. Hi, everybody.
Hi.
This is fantastic. Thank you for coming.
It's not working.
We're back up, please.
We're making a movie!
Am I good now? Okay. Thank you guys for coming. We're going to be talking about Dead 7 today. Why don't we just start with you, Lauren, and go down the row about why you wanted to be in this movie and your involvement in it so far.
Because my husband made me. No, because it is a great script, and I'm excited to work with my husband as well as with AJ and kind of with Joey. So, and Asylum, they're really great partners, so really excited, and just excited to make a really great horror film.
Me, because this has been in the making for a very long time, and as a creator and a writer, I'm very passionate about horror, I'm passionate about science fiction, I'm passionate about creation, and acting, very passionate about all of these things, and the reason I want to do this is because, you know, I want to show the world that passion and show what I'm capable of doing. So I'm very excited about that.
We just finished up a tour, and about halfway through, Nick just turned to me one day and was like, "You want me in a movie?" Like, sure. And no, I'm extremely proud of this guy. He's been, you know, talking about this for years now. And for this to finally come into fruition is going to be a lot of fun. I'm excited. I'm even more excited that originally the character that he asked me to be in the film has now been handed off to this fine young gentleman. So I now get to not be a good guy, I get to be the villain. And that's because in my honest opinion, everyone likes the villain better than the hero. So, yeah. So as soon as we're done with this, I'm back in the gym. So there you go.
I thought this was an instant convention. No, they're in my back pocket, the rest of you. You know, it's kind of cool because people always think that as far as, you know, us being in a, you know, boy bands, the rivalry and all this stuff, obviously I'm here because there's no rivalry, there never has been one. Nick called me up and said, hey, I got this great idea for a script, I'd love you to be a part of it. Read it, loved it, said, hey, you know what, let's figure this out, I'd love to be a part of it, like I said, and it's an interesting thing because it's taking us, I think, out of our elements and things that we're normally doing in our everyday lives, whether it be, you know, being married, having kids, and all that kind of stuff, and being in a boy band, and which I'm no longer, thank God. Trust me, if you need a fifth member, dude, I'm here. If anyone wants to get out of it for a minute, I'm there. Don't worry. But you know, I just think it's just exciting. Something like this is, you know, I think only comes once in a lifetime in a sense because there's always that moment of trying to get something to go with different people and bring it together. That's actually what sold me on it. Nick was like, listen, I've always wanted to work with you. You've always been friends and always wanted to do something. So I'm happy to be a part of it, happy to be here, and it's going to be fun.
We're crazy. No,
we're really excited to make this movie with them as well, and the biggest reason I think more than anything is that you guys are such great fans. That's such an attractive thing for producers, to make a movie with such an audience already built in.
Oh, my turn. It's all about the money. Being a producer and all. Look, NSYNC, Backstreet Boys, enough said.
Nicho, do you want to go through and explain kind of what is the plot and what is exciting about this movie and why you want to watch it?
Spoiler alert. Yeah, I mean, it's a great sort of genre mashup. It's a zombie western in a post-apocalyptic setting. You've got this town that's been attacked by zombies for a long time, and they call upon these 7 sort of outlaw zombie killers to come to the rescue and get rid of the zombie threat. And that's who these guys are going to be. Some of the 7. The dead 7.
not me. I'm on the other side.
Nick, what was some of the inspiration for you? I know you said a few minutes ago you liked horror, sci-fi. What's been like some specific inspirations for you in the past?
Well, I mean, as a little kid, I grew up obviously watching horror movies and science fiction. Aliens was my favorite movie on the planet. And when I was little, I loved, Western, spaghetti westerns, Clint Eastwood, and grew up loving those. And so I had this idea to do this movie, and one of the screenplays that I had written, which was called Dead West originally, I kind of brought both of the worlds together. I wanted to maybe do some. Also, I loved zombie movies as well. Night of the Living Dead, you name it, like all of those movies. Watched them when I was little. And so I wanted to kind of put, create a hybrid, and so I put them both together, and came up with Dead West. And that's. I mean, as a writer, I'm still in sort of the beginning stages, and so by bringing it to the asylum and this great company, this great team of people who actually make great science fiction and Sharknado and Z Nation, all these fantastic things, I thought it was the perfect match to really help me blossom as a writer and a creator, because I have all these ideas in my head, but having someone to really help facilitate and to hone in on it and make it the best, I thought that they were the best partner that I could have chosen.
David, what is special about this project, besides that Nick Carter and Backstreet Boys are going to be in it? What stuck out?
Right here! It's a great opportunity. We don't get a lot of opportunities to produce projects that are presented to us. We kind of work very insulated in what we do at the asylum, and this is a project that someone from the outside, in this case Nick, came to us, and it really is a no-brainer. Forget who they are. Also, just genre-wise,
huge fans of the Western, even post-apocalyptic, and you're right, we've made at least a dozen zombie movies before. It's what we do. We love this space. Z Nation is just a joy to produce as well, in that you get to really push the genre pretty far. And this does that too. They're going to be badasses. I mean, this is Magnificent Seven, with zombies. It's I just can't wait to start. Really.
Yeah.
It's not your clean cut boy band image. Was what we're saying.
Lauren, you were mentioning earlier you have your role now, but originally it was something different. Can you tell me a little bit about the transformation from what your role was going to be and what it is now?
You can say it came, because obviously it started with Daisy and then...
Originally I was playing a character named Daisy who, for lack of a better word, was a working girl who was promiscuous.
Whoa, yeah.
Who wore very little clothing and had a love triangle with two or more of the characters in the story. And I thanked him a lot for that. But now the role's changed to I'm one of the seven, these kind of savior heroes to save this town from zombies, and it's a strong female character that I
And it's hard for her to kind of elaborate a little bit on it because we're still in the developmental stages of the actual characters and the script in itself. So that's why, once we're done here, we're going to get back to it. But realistically, how I saw Lauren, I mean, first and foremost, she's a really great actress, and nobody knows that necessarily. She studied under Howard Fine for a small amount of time in Los Angeles. And but going back to what I had foreseen, first of all, I wanted to work with her. I have worked with her before on the VH1 I Heart and Carter. Sounds weird. But it's nice to be able to work with your wife.
Stupid, dude.
With your wife or significant other, but she's got to have the chops to do it, and she does have the chops. But as far as character goes, what I foresaw her being, and I have always seen her in this way, and I told her I was a big fan of Aliens, and I'm like, okay, you kind of remind me of Sigourney Weaver. Okay, let's get married. So that's what I see her as, a strong, heroine figure, and that's how I wanted to create her, almost like the Hunger Games, or just a strong woman character that, because she can squat me if she wanted to.
That's the most romantic thing you've ever said. My wife can squat me.
And what's interesting too is in this movie, the setting that we're trying to put it in, the post-apocalyptic, is that instead of being sort of cars and stuff, because it's going to have little flavors here and there of like Mad Max and all that, we're going to be riding horses in it. So horses, we're going to go back to horses in the future.
Are all of you comfortable with horseback riding?
And that's what I was going to get at. She's probably going to be the most comfortable because she is an equestrian rider, and she used to do the jumps and dressage and all that stuff. So excited to see that.
How do you guys feel about riding horses?
I'm not sure if my character's going to ride a horse or not. I've been bumped off, but actually, years ago when we were on tour, I think we were in South America somewhere, we went riding on this nice beach, and my horse decided that it would be perfect time to just lay down and roll around the grass with me on it. Fortunately, we were on the sand, so my leg just kind of went into the sand, and I didn't get crushed. But yeah, I don't know how that's going to go for me.
We'll determine that.
I'm kind of accident prone as it is, but I think this is going to be a pretty cool experience. Nick told me that we're doing our own stunts, so I was like, really? Okay. Thank God we're off tour now.
Well, if we could put sharks in a tornado, we could put you on a horse.
Yeah. I'm excited. I'm excited. I've ridden a couple horses before, but never probably to an extent that we're probably going to. So I'm sure I will have a swole butt. That's all you can say about that.
I have no license. It's going to hurt you first.
Oh yeah, the license also.
I have no license, yes.
EJ, have you ever been in anything like this before in terms of a production, film, and what are you kind of doing to prepare to be in something like this?
The last time I was in any kind of actual film, I was about 8. There was a horror film. It was a B-rated horror film I shot back in South Florida called Truth or Dare: Critical Madness. I was only in it for like 15 seconds. I had to slit my wrist. I was the younger version of this sociopath that is like a Jason Voorhees type character who ends up going on a killing spree. I'll never forget that I couldn't go in and watch the first 8 minutes of the actual premiere because there was this really graphic sex scene. So I had to wait outside with my mom until that was done, and then I got to go in and watch the film. As far as preparing, Nick's told me a little bit about what my character is. I've gone back in since we got off the road. I'm back in with my trainer, Bobby Strong, who is trained Ryan Reynolds, who's my man crush. I'm not afraid to say it. So I am on a very, very strict diet, a very grueling workout, because I'm trying to bulk up and get ridiculously ripped, more than I ever have been, ever, for this role, because I don't know if I'm going to be shirtless or not shirtless. So I don't know. I just want to be prepared for anything. Chaps. Chaps. I've done chaps. I did chaps on the last cruise, 2 cruises before. No, but I kind of envisioned my character to kind of be, if anyone has seen the most recent Mad Max film, I kind of picture my character being that Nicholas Hoult type character who's just kind of obsessed with his boss and the whole world of the zombie stuff, and just like he's just lost it. But I don't know if I'm gonna go good, I'm gonna stay bad, if he's gonna kill me off, I don't know. But it's been pretty grueling. No bread, no dairy. It sucks, actually.
Me too. I just had a pretzel back.
But you guys are not going to recognize me when this is time to be shooting. That's my goal. I don't recognize the whole haircut's new too. So I'm copying you apparently. We're gonna shoot our next film's military zombies.
Joey, you've done a lot of film acting in the past, so what is kind of different, what excites you about this project versus other stuff you've done?
Well, it's interesting. I just wrapped being a Greek again. We just shot comes out, March 25th next year. It's kind of exciting to do that because they got the whole original cast, and now I'm going to Western Zombies. I think, like I said, it's always interesting as an actor, and the things that I've done, it's always been challenging for me in certain aspects, whether it be the scene, whether it be the film itself. And I think for this film itself, it's something that I've always wanted to do and never got a chance to have a kind of a Western per se. And just excited about it. And I think what I'm hopefully going to bring to the table, because the character is kind of more of the, of course, comic relief, if you will, kind of a drunk. Typecasted, basically. So I'll be drinking the whole time. Hopefully I'll memorize my lines and we'll have a good time. But it's pretty exciting. Like I said, it's just challenging to do something like this, to be able to play different characters and give us the chance and freedom to become this character, or whatever character, our characters that we're going to be playing. It is exciting. I always love doing that. So from being, Mark Cohen on Rent to being a Greek and Big Cracker Wedding, now being a Western gunslinger. So it's exciting.
That's what's awesome. Honestly, that's what's awesome about Joey. I mean, he literally is so easy to work with. And I wanted to kind of create a cast of people that you could feel the energy on screen. You can actually see it, and that they're friends, and it translates, and it's something that's not sort of just forced. So pretty much that's, honestly, he's and I wanted to play into everybody's strengths as a human being and a person in itself. So like when I visualized AJ as a villain. No.
Drinking is your strength.
He's got a dark side to him. I've been with this guy forever, and every time I've come across Joey, he just cracks me up. And so I want to play to everyone's strengths, and really this is all about giving something to our fans and that they've never seen before. How cool is that going to be to see your favorite singer or actor from the late 90s that you haven't seen in a long time fighting zombies?
Q&A from the audience.
Bazinga.
Hi, you mentioned earlier that you enjoyed watching horror movies and westerns growing up. So was filmmaking a career goal for you guys before you got into singing, and will you now continue or bring your singing voice into future projects?
Well, yeah, I mean, for me, for sure. I actually grew up in musical theater, and I grew up acting. I never wanted to be a singer. I never wanted to be a dancer. I wanted to act. That was my first passion. Singing and dancing just kind of came along with the whole musical theater thing, so it was just embedded in me, I guess, acting at birth. And now, being with Action Way, I get to do all of it, because when you shoot a video, you're acting, and I'm singing and dancing on stage. So this is going to be a little bit of a departure. It's been years since I picked up a script, had to learn lines. The outtakes of this film are going to be plenty fun. Yeah, it's going to be fun.
As far as, I mean, I think all of us, even Joey, I mean, we were talking about it earlier, I mean, we grew up, as, wanting to be entertainers at a very young age. I had started with theater before I even met the guys. I was in, doing musicals and theaters as well. So acting was something that, honestly, and I said this before, I almost joined the Mickey Mouse Club. So, I mean, they offered me
very different.
And I had a contract in front of me for the Mickey Mouse Club, and the path went a different way. I met the guys, and we're here. So you know what? Whatever. 35 years later, let's make a movie. I did. That's the way I look at it. It's gonna be fun.
Thanks a lot. Good for you.
Nick's asked once in a photo shoot, true story. Sorry, accident, cool. So I'm actually a fan of Asylum and them, duh. And I really love how, I'm going to say this as a fan, ridiculously delicious all the movies are. They're just ridiculous, out of control. I'm really into the Sherlock Holmes movie. It's like the best thing I've ever seen in my life. I make all my friends watch it. So pretty much what so good. Pretty much what I'm asking is there going to be a Kraken or not? Is it going to be absurd? Is it going to be ridiculous? Are you going to fight robot zombies too? I want to know that there's going to be some kind of absurdity, delightfulness to it.
It's
zombie monsters, but
if you look at boy bands, I'm sorry, this is serious business. I'm trying to stay down here. These guys are on my side. I think the villain. No, it's serious.
Let me put it this way. So all that work that Adrian's doing, he's doing core work. He's going to be a torso. And that's what we're doing up here. So
there might be some breakdance fighting going on. We might throw in a dance move or two as that'd be kind of funny.
You know what's funny now that you said that? Because one of the people, I mean, we're still talking about a crazy cast that we want to put together, and obviously Asylum is great at that. Cisco was one of the people I was like,
he can totally do a full pop block, kill his own. And then just so there's definitely room for the absurdity, I'm sure, and hopefully we can make it delicious for you.
Thank you.
oh yeah,
Hey guys,
I wanted to know what so far has been the biggest challenge for you guys, or what do you guys foresee maybe being a big challenge in doing this film?
I think the hard part is over with.
Yeah.
We're here now. We're all together. Kind of the orchestration part. Making sure everything kind of is all tied up before. There's going to be preparation. That's going to be hard. But that's why you lean on the Asylum and the production company. But I think line preparation, physical preparation, all those things.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, we just finished the tour, so we just finished dancing 2 hours a night, 5 nights a week. But this is a different kind of physical, activity as opposed to singing and dancing. So there's a little bit of preparation going into it. Obviously, I mean, it's going to be a stretch, I think, for all of us. But I think we're all so excited about it, and so passionate about it that we're going to give it 120% each, and just go in, and most importantly, just have fun. Again, for me, I'm just worried about learning my lines, if I even have any. I might just be a mute. I don't know. I can tell you my feelings in my eyes. No, but I think this is going to be a really interesting process. Nick's already thrown out random locations for shooting that I'm like, really? So it's going to be fun.
That could be a challenge. Yeah.
That might be a challenge as far as where we end up shooting.
Right. What, Alaska?
Yeah. You threw out Alaska today. I'm like, seriously?
Yeah,
it's going to be daylight all day and night. So.
I've done a lot of singing and dancing in my room the past couple of months now. Great tour, guys. No, but yeah, it's. I think it's just the whole thing, the whole concept. I think is just exciting. Like I said, there's nothing really more. It's not rocket science. We're not, curing some sort of disease. We're here to entertain and have fun. So I think, like you said, this part is kind of the hard part was grabbing everybody and figuring out what we were going to do. Obviously, getting a silent to get P on our side, be able to do that, and so thank you, Nick, for calling me up and busting my chops.
I was hounding him. God, he's like, what are you doing?
He's Nick Carter calling me on the phone.
Click.
Sidebar.
One of the great things about The Asylum and David Light is sitting next to me, it produced over 200 films, and every single one of them is, I can't say the word because people are under 18 here, but it's a CF. But we're used to it, and that's how we get things done. Cluster friend. But the things that's great about these guys and all the work they've done. I mean,
You're coming back to work on Monday, are you?
They're such professionals, and they've been training and working hard for so long that it's like that was one of the most attractive things to us about partnering with Nick is that he's ready to do the work, and that's a big part of why I think we're not really worried about the production side of it. At least I'm not. Thanks.
Hi. As you can see, I've been an early supporter, or early on.
Thank you.
So I get money to do this, I don't know what that was for.
But that's why we're here.
Anyways, my question is, how did the development of Equal Blessings turn into the development of Dead 7?
And that was the process that it started there and it ended here, and it's been a long one, and it took so many different turns. Without going into details, because there was a lot of ups and downs, and more downs than anything. I'm just really happy that I'm able to fulfill, the wishes and come through with the things that I, told my fans that we were going to do, our fans that we were going to do, with that project. And honestly, you were an instrumental part of that, and I appreciate that. And the reason this movie honestly is getting made is because it started with you guys. It started with your support, and it started with, it honestly starts with a seed, and it can grow into a tree. And that's what we're doing. So, thank you. We made a tree.
Hi. So, AJ, I work at Nickelodeon, and I spent a lot of time looking through some of our archives.
Oh, are you going nuts on me right now?
I'm going nuts on you.
Oh, God.
Celebrity. So I'd like you to just talk about that celebrity moment when you became famous on Guts.
When I watched, I just showed my daughter that video a couple of months ago, and her vocabulary, by the way, has just gotten mind-blowing. It's like, Daddy got beat by a girl. Thanks. Thanks for reminding me. Yeah, that was an interesting time for me in my life. No, it was actually fun back in the day. Like I didn't know where my career was going, so It was either Disney or it was Nickelodeon. For me, Disney fell through.
Made the right choice.
Yeah, Disney fell through for me, so Nickelodeon picked me up, and I did a bunch of stuff for Nickelodeon. And one of the very last things I did, literally, that was the last thing I did for TV, and literally maybe 2 months later is when I met, to anybody boo, when I met Lou Pearlman and everything happened and started from there. So, you know, obviously things turned for the better. But yeah, it was fun losing to girls. And the aggro crag and the spider, whatever the heck that thing was. I did go to the basketball thing, the bungee basketball thing. But yeah, it was like, and then the host ended up going on to be on Glee. Yeah, so I'm like, wow. See, everybody blossomed. That was the seed. From Guns to Backstreet.
Right, that was a game show. It was funny because in Orlando, because we both obviously grew up in Orlando, they had a whole audition thing for game shows. That's funny because it was either that and I actually did Nick Arcade.
Yep.
Was the whole one as well, so I did. It's funny that they grabbed a bunch of different schools.
Hi, honey, I'm home.
First explains it all.
Yeah, first explains it all.
It's interesting because we were pretty much from Orlando, Tampa, Orlando, and when, you know, people, I don't know if you necessarily know this, but Orlando was kind of like a hub, and you would know, for, you know, auditioning and acting and all these things. And so that's what we started with, you know. We would run into each other and be auditioning against one another and all that stuff. You know, so.
I love your shirt, by the way. I want that shirt. That shirt is awesome.
You can trade with your shirt, it probably fit.
Hello. Zombies are portrayed as fast or slow through film history. What kind should we expect in the movie, and which kind do you each prefer?
Love this question.
You know, it's funny, I was just talking to them, zombies, what did I say?
No, we were saying like
functioning zombies.
Yeah,
that's
like,
how can you?
I was just joking with Nick backstage. I was like, you know, if you kill me off and there's a sequel, I couldn't technically come back as a zombie. And he's like, but would you be like a functioning zombie? I'm like, what's a functioning zombie? Like, I'm going to be so great right now. He's not going to enjoy it, but I am. It's going to be so much fun.
Yeah.
2 times 2 is...
Yeah. I don't know, you know, honestly, I think I prefer the faster zombies, you know, for me, but, you know, I grew up with, you know, Night of the Living Dead, but I don't know, I like it both ways.
I think it creates, yeah, but I think it creates more action. I think a little bit of both. I mean, to be honest, because you have, you know, the mixture of it, because, you know, the slower ones obviously bring more suspense to it. The faster ones make your heart race and go, get the heck out. You know, I think so.
Yeah.
I think a little bit of both.
Oh, what can we expect to film slower and faster?
We don't like
Why not both?
Thank you so much for being here, for one. And so I have 2 questions. First of all, is there going to be any cameos from any of the members from either of the bands, possibly? And then secondly, I guess for all of you guys, do you have a favorite type of zombie movie that you hope to gain inspiration from? Or show?
Well, we know Howie's going to be in it, and Howie's not
Yeah,
here right now.
Howie's in the movie.
Yeah. He's the Latin gun. He's like the Latin gunslinger. Mustache and sombrero, all the way.
We'll have to talk, see if Joey can talk to you guys.
Maybe Lance will be one of the can girls. Yes! Oh, he's my best friend, I can say it. And I'll tweet him that. You never know. Obviously, he came up, you know, for the 7. I'm one of the 7, but I mean, it's possible. And we've been talking is figuring out, you know, what's going to gel, what's going to work together. You know, you want that. You don't want to have the overload of all the boy bands, but in the sense of make sure the different groups of different people.
She's like, yes, please.
Hey, Johnny, what are you doing on Friday night? What was your other question? I'm sorry.
Oh, and is there any, like, zombie...
Oh, the inspiration.
Well, I said, you know, Z Nation, obviously.
Start time to Z Nation.
Right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi guys.
Hey, how are you?
Hi, I'm fine, thank you.
Good to see you.
So you guys were saying that you were fans of zombie and sci-fi films, and Joey, I know you're a huge Star Wars fan.
So what's the geekiest thing you've done with butchers?
What's the what?
What's the geekiest thing you've done with
The
butchers?
geekiest thing I've ever heard. Oh Lord, I'm a geek. Okay, I'm gonna show my geek colors right now. I have a Knight Rider kit car. I have Knight Rider. I had it in my garage. Well, I bought it at an auction in Daytona, I believe it was. They had this big warehouse with a bunch of different cars, and yeah, I still own it.
I got and touching on that a little bit. I just talked to David Hasselhoff the other day on the phone, and it was funny. Would you maybe want me to
Like we all do every day.
Maybe he could ride in the car.
Everyone talks to the hawk every day.
That and the other geeky thing is I bought an R2D2. Yeah, I'm stupid, but we all are. Heck, I love it. I love it. That and Superman stuff. That's all. I can keep going on and on.
For me, geeky. This is my first time ever coming to Comic-Con, and I grew up not so much into comic books, but I was a comic character card collector. I had a binder like this big. All my cards were in perfect condition. I have no idea what happened to that whole set, which really bothers me. But today, I got a taste, in my mind, of what it's like to maybe be a Backstreet Boy fan. And kind of geek out. I got to be Walter White today. My best friend, Mark, was sitting there watching me. He's like, I've never seen you like this before. Like, I was like, palms sweaty. I was like, there was this huge line to meet Bryan Cranston and to meet Seth Green, and I'm like, I don't want to cut anybody off and get like killed at Comic-Con. So as soon as they were done signing autographs, Bryan turned around, very sweet, very cordial, gentleman, and I was like, dude, such a huge fan. Please call you the B word. And it was just, I freaked. Like, I literally freaked. I wanted him to sign something, but he wasn't allowed to sign what I had. But, I collect comic toys now, and I also collect, I have almost the entire set of the cast of Breaking Bad, and they just released a limited edition Walter White blue see-through crystal meth version. And I wanted him to sign the box, but he's not allowed under contract to sign on the key. But yeah, I full-on geek mode today for me. So.
Honestly, Lauren and I are like huge Warcraft fans, and like we'll sit, like we both have 2 level 90 characters, and it's ridiculous. We will sit. You did, I know. Anyways, so we were like playing Hearthstone now, so that's all we do is we sit in my computer. So welcome to
Thank you, Sweetie.
Hi, I'm Caitlin, and firstly, I just want to say, Joey, at a concert when I was about 11, you took an exceptionally long time reaching out your hand so that I could finally reach out under the show and touch it. And I just want to thank you because it really left an impression on me.
That's awesome, bro.
Thank you.
Oh, hang on, I'll reach up to your hand now.
We barely touched fingers last time, so I have a question. Oh, yes. My question is, if the zombie apocalypse were real, which one of you do you think would last the longest? Like John Warren.
Lauren.
She would come in.
Yeah, I'd probably grab my pants. I think if we had all these films that we've watched up until now, if the zombie apocalypse happened tomorrow, I think we've learned enough from The Walking Dead, Z Nation, World War Z, all these movies, to hopefully know how to survive. If not, you can kind of take the warm bodies approach and just act like you're a zombie. It might work for a couple days, and then, you know, whoops, you're dead. But I think actually, my mom would probably be the one to last the longest. She is the biggest zombie freak you'll ever meet. Every Halloween for the past probably 8 years, that's all she's been. Zombie, 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 zombie. So, yeah. She'd be our, like,
I think he'll survive.
Thank you guys.
Thank you. Thank you. And thank you, Joe, for that amazing moment.
What's the transition been like from going from music to film? And Joey, are you going to be doing the Star Wars 5K or 10K?
Nobody knows what that is. It's a,
What is
it's a run.
It's a marathon.
A marathon. There's a 5K, a 10K, was it 10K and a half marathon it was?
A 5K, 10K.
It was, yeah, now they're doing 3 all 3 now.
Are you trying to ask a character? Or just
You can if you want. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Where?
Do it, AJ. Do it. Do it. We do it.
Possibly, I'm not sure yet, depending on, you know, shooting everything else. When is it exactly? It's coming up soon, right?
Yeah, it's in January. I was there last year.
January 9th through 12th.
I may. What was the other question? I just brain farted.
What's the transition like from going to music?
You know, it's always, the transition is just, I don't know, just a challenge. It's fun.
No, honestly, I gotta be honest with you. It's like you're lifting weights with your brain, you know, and because you're focused and you're constantly like studying, reading, memorizing, you know, switching your character up. I mean, acting is a whole beast in itself. I mean, being on stage and singing it's a lot of repetition. You know, you're kind of doing the same thing over and over again, which is you try to make switch it up a little bit here and there, but. I think that's why I personally love acting, is because of that reason in itself. I feel like, you know.
Right. Well, also the interesting thing about doing as far as performing, like you said, you're learning the routine, you're learning the choreography and all stuff, and you do it. Great. Okay. And then for this, you get the gratification. You perform, and people are cheering and singing the words and everything else. When you do film, the screen is what sees everything. Not everybody else. So you don't know if it's funny, it's sad, it's good or bad until it's actually edited and done and what it looks like. Because, when I did my big week wedding, the first one, I was like, okay, that's kind of a cute film. And people are like, yeah, we're gonna kill you. I'm like, I didn't think that was funny. I didn't think it was funny. So, and people think it was hilarious at certain parts. And you just never know. Like I said, when we do shoot this, I think we're just gonna keep an open mind about it, have fun with it, and see how it goes. But I think with the writing and everything and the editing, it all kind of comes together. That's the most important part, especially with Asylum. Putting everything together. We could be the best actors ever. It could be absolutely amazing, but if it ain't edited right or done right, it could be a crap show.
Both of these guys have actually done the transition while still doing the boy band thing. Nick with the Hollow, you with My Big Bad Wedding. I'll tell you what it's like after we film. Because I haven't done it yet, so we'll see what happens after we film.
But I know him, honestly, and AJ's a fantastic actor, and I mean, and that's another reason why I really wanted Joey in the film, is because he has experience in this world as well, a lot more than we do, like AJ and I. And Joey and I were talking about this before. We lean on each other. We learn from one another. And at the same time, we make each other better. As long as it's great energy, that we have, and we can make a fantastic film when we know it. And so I feel that which, like AJ said, you just got to get on set and let it kind of all come out, because acting is you're exposed, and you're gonna see every bit of us. So. Yeah.
Not literally.
Well, I think that's all the time we have for questions. So if you guys have any last words you want to say before we wrap up.
Thank you guys all for coming out, and thank you, Nick, for coming up with such an amazing idea. Thank you, Asylum, for getting involved, and we'll see you guys on TV very soon. Grade 7.